The following segment is sponsored by Movement Solutions.
Welcome back. An injury to your neck or shoulders, back or knees, if left untreated, could cause you to miss out on your favorite activities. Tim Varghese, physical therapist and founder of Movement Solutions, is with us this morning. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me again, Margaret.
First, your whole goal is getting people to get back to their active life without medications or injections or surgery. Talk to us a little bit about your philosophy and what you do at Movement Solutions.
Well, we help people who are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who still consider themselves active. They like to hike, cycle, lift weights, play with their little ones, but they're having some sort of trouble doing that because of some kind of pain or injury, and we help them overcome that pain or injury and get back to their favorite activities.
All right. For people who've never visited a physical therapist, talk to us a little bit about your process.
So typically we'll start on the phone with a phone consultation, talk a little bit about what's going on, so we're both 100% sure that we can help. And then our next step is oftentimes a discovery session with our new patients where we can have them come in, have a little bit more of an in-depth conversation, give them some clarity of what's going on, some confidence, and we can help them. And if they think it's a good fit, we'll move towards an evaluation where we can get to the root cause of their pain and then start to develop them a plan to get beyond it.
All right, perfect. Today's activity, I guess, is centered around strengthening and finding flexibility. What are we trying to accomplish today?
So if you remember a couple weeks ago, Margaret, we talked about some of the common causes of neck and shoulder problems were missing mobility at the upper back, the T-spine, and missing mobility overhead with the shoulders. So we're going to teach you a few exercises that we often teach our patients in the clinic to help improve some mobility.
The first one, you want to be on my side like this.
Yep, so the first exercise is a stretch to work on the mobility of the upper back or the T-spine. I want you to bring your knees up nice and high, Margaret. We're going to hold those knees in place with your left hand. With the right hand, we're going to grab the rib cage and you're going to pull the shoulder down and you're going to turn and rotate. And this is a great stretch to get some movement in through that upper back area. Then you'll turn over again and then we'll repeat that a couple times.
And the benefits of this kind of stretching over and over, just growing your mobility.
We work on active mobility drills at our exercises, at our clinic. So this is an active way for developing upper back range of motion.
Feels good. What's next?
The next is an exercise that we call the reach, roll, and lift. So I want you first in all fours position, and then we'll sit all the way back on heels. And then I'm going to have you put your head into your fist on the ground. Good. And then we're going to take your right hand, Margaret, and I want you to reach as far as you can. Reach, reach, reach. Then you're going to roll your hand up, and then you're going to lift from the upper back. Perfect. So this is working on that last 5 to 10 degrees of shoulder range of motion to develop your ability to lift up overhead using these upper back muscles.
And that's not easy to do. It's a small movement, but it requires a lot.
It's more challenging than most people would think it would be because that last 10 degrees is often what's missing. So actually being intentional about training it can be more challenging than you think it might be.
Excellent. The final one.
The last one is called a pullover. It's also working on that end range of shoulder motion. So I'm going to have you hold this ball. It's got a little bit of weight to it. We're going to engage those shoulder muscles, Margaret, and I'm going to have you let the ball come back overhead as far as you can and then back to eye level. This is another way to develop some of that end range shoulder mobility so we can work on that overhead position.
And people who can't do this full range of motion probably have injured their shoulder in some way.
They may have injured their shoulder, or it could be a contributing reason to why their shoulder is hurting.
Okay.
So we try to get back mobility when it's appropriate.
Okay, excellent. So that's a good couple of stretches to work on. We can work on more in the coming weeks. Talk to us about Movement Solutions. You're located at 117 Haywood Road inside the Alliance Champions Training Center. What else do you want people to know about what happens there?
Well, we help people with neck and shoulder pain, knee pain, back pain, but this weekend we actually have a seminar coming up. We have a free neck and shoulder health workshop where we're going to discuss some of what we talked about the last couple of weeks, some of the common causes of neck and shoulder problems, and we're going to work on some breakouts so people can come if they're suffering with neck and shoulder pain and they want to learn more about what's happening with their body. We're going to limit it to the first 20 people, but there's
Okay.
no cost to it. If you reach out to us in the next couple of days, we'll reserve a spot for you, and then we can learn all about neck and shoulder health. And if you're interested in getting some help afterwards, we'll talk about some opportunities. You can do that with us.
All right. Wonderful. Well, Dr. Tim, thank you very much. We will look forward to having you back again really soon. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks
we'll
for
send it
having
back
me.
to you in the studio.